Hey guys, good morning, good morning. Hope everybody's having an okay day today. I mean, it already looks a little bit red. But let's see what we can take a look at today. So I hope you guys are doing fine today. Good morning, Kim. And good morning, everybody else out there. Like always, my name is Najarro, and on these live streams, I like to take a look at stocks that are trending right now. I take questions from the audience if you guys want me to take a look at any stocks, and I live stream here on YouTube every Monday through Friday before the market opens and sometimes after the market closes. So I was already taking a look. I was looking at Palantir earnings today. That's probably what I'm gonna be doing my next video on. It should be out, I want to say, in the next 3 to 4 hours. But earnings were good in my opinion. But right now, it doesn't matter how earnings are doing. Ahmed, yep, Ahmad. Sorry, Ahmad. I thought they were. I did enjoy their earnings. And let me just share screen. Hopefully, let me just share screen of. I was just doing their earnings report. What's going on, Victor, Vitor? What's going on, Mendes? What's going on, Stock Basics? So I did like Palantir, right? They saw huge growth all around the revenue. They are positive in cash flow from operations. I think last year they weren't. So they saw strong improvements. So yeah, Kim, earnings good equals stock price down. So the more down the stock is, the better the earnings were, right, Kim? But we can see right, overall stock is down about 10% for Palantir. Mr. Bear, good morning. Looks like there will be a lot of stop losses trigger at open. Don't try to be a hero, folks. Mr. Bear, I mean, and I feel like just the overall, I feel like now we're really getting into that point where more investors, I feel, are starting to worry. And I feel like that, I mean, it could be wrong, but I usually feel like the point when everybody in the world turns bearish, that's when it hopefully means the signs are almost over, right? I've been going through my Twitter feed this morning, and usually the people that have been bullish, now there are all these bear cases, right? So I'm like, to me, I haven't changed any of my stance, but I am seeing that a lot more often now, that everybody's kind of transforming into some type of a bear. And I'm not saying, right, being a bear is bad. I think everybody should have their own investment style, but I don't think it's smart to just go along with the crowd. If you were a bull 2 days ago and now are a bear, I think it just shares that you're more, you weren't risk tolerable enough to your investments. I mean, that should be like a learning experience. So I do think that's what I'm seeing a little bit more recently, but who knows how much longer this can last, right? And at the moment, I have yet to change any of my actual movements. But yeah, we can see it's actually pretty red today. Pretty stock market. I mean, there are news report that some gas stations in the East Coast, right? I am in New Jersey, and yesterday I filled up gas just fine. I mean, but I think that's also one of the scary things that I've seen some reports going on that certain states, I think it was just a few gas stations were kind of seeing some form of slowdown in the gas after the whole cyber attack this past weekend. But we can see, right, S&P down 1%, the Qs are down almost 2%, Russell is down 2.3%. So we can say overall futures are still not looking good. Eric Box is almost 20. I see a good future. Stock Basics, right? And that's crazy, right? I mean, I don't know. Stock Basics, right? That could be theory. Obviously, stuff like that can only be speculations at sometimes. I think right now, the ones that are really hurting are those that either had too much leverage in a position, and it might be like I said, every time something bad happens, I'm the type of guy who always tries to find the good of it. What are some learning experience that maybe we learned this time that we're not gonna make next time? I wasn't leveraged before, but back in the day when I first started investing, right, I used to be leveraged to some extent, and I saw what happens when you're leveraged, right? Especially when with big pullbacks. So stuff like that prevents me from mistakes I've made in the past, prevent me from making some of those mistakes in the future. Now, maybe what I've learned from this pullback is maybe it might be smarter to start learning some hedging strategies. And Polly, good morning. Stay positive. Agree. I think positivity is always a great thing, not to let emotions. And in the long term of things, right, this downturn will eventually settle back up, right? As a long term, that's what we have. That's what we have that other people don't. That long term mentality, that long time in the market. So I'm not worried about my positions right now. I'm not gonna try to do hedging right now because I don't know it. But it might tell me that, hey, maybe in the future it might be smart to start in the next bull market. Remember that bull markets don't last forever. Might be smart to think of some type of maybe hedging plan or something. But it's not something that I would do right now because I feel like that's just an emotional action that would take place and can pretty much even hurt me more because I don't have that knowledge at the moment. So I think that's something that maybe some of us might take a look at for later on throughout our investing careers. But we can see overall market is pretty down. Today we had some pretty cool earnings this morning. We had Palantir, right? We had Jumia. We also, I think PaySafe reported today. I don't see them in here, but I know, let's see, I think here we saw, yeah. So Palantir, PaySafe, I think reported today. So I think those are the three most positive. Those are the three most, not positive, the most popular amongst the investors right now. So Palantir, PaySafe, and Jumia. So let's take a look at how those stock price. We saw Palantir. I'm working on a video. If you guys are new here, make sure to hit the thumbs up. It really does help a lot with the channel. But Palantir, I'm doing the video. I am collecting my datas right now. I didn't open it up. But the overall presentation came out pretty good. Good morning, Anjudo. So again, that's going to be out in the next 2 hours. So if you're new here, make sure to hit the subscribe button. But yeah, so Palantir reported stocks are, I thought earnings were great. Stocks, I mean, there were obviously some red flags, and I am going to talk about it. About a 10-second delay on my part. Give me 1 second. Let me see if I can change that delay, Mr. Bear. You guys should not be able to see my screen, but let me see if I can fix the delay. Let's see. I know it's one of these. Okay, I can't fix the delay on this stream, but I think for the next stream, I am gonna be working. I'm gonna be working on low latency. Right now, I think it's on just normal latency. But what else do we have? So let me see, Palantir. How about Jumia? I don't know. I feel like that one might have taken a hit. Oh, wow. It did take more than just a hit. This one is down 25%. I mean, this is insane. We seen yesterday Trade Desk, right? And what is Trade Desk doing today? I did a video on Trade Desk. Straight earnings down 4.5%. Right, so still pre-markets. Everything is still getting hammered. Jumia 25%. Let me take a look at C. C is down 5%. I'm not gonna lie, it's starting to get pretty attractive. Pretty attractive. I know a lot of people wait for that 200 price target. So C is definitely getting there. What else did we have? We had PaySafe. That's I forget what's the ticker. PSFE, or is it PFE? PSFE, I'm guessing. Yeah, PaySafe. Wow, PaySafe pre-market, it is down 20%. This is insane, right? So it's definitely pretty crazy out there, right, guys? So I mean, one thing I've normally done that has helped me out, and I don't think I talk about it too much, is I have been kind of talking about it in streams recently, but maybe I should do a video on them, is how I decide how much to purchase in a position, right? So I mean, again, always learning. There things like now are always learning. We should always find out what we can learn from them. So one thing I do, right? I'm not much of a technical guy, but I do follow certain technicals to some aspect. It doesn't prevent me from buying or selling. I feel like technicals only prevent me from buying a big position and a small position. And Jose, you're gonna be like, okay, hindsight is 2020, 100%. But things like this happen very often. So even though it obviously is too late for now, it might help out in the future. So one thing, these are my moving averages that I follow: the 20, the 50, and the 100, 200, right? So normally, and again, I've talked about this in the past, but just in case we have some new people here today, just something to keep in mind of. For example, when a stock I like, if I do my fundamental analysis, right, I am a long-term investor. If they are overextended from the short term and I still want to buy, I still do buy. But this is when I buy smaller positions. Unity has been my biggest example of it. I liked Unity. I was buying when it was extended at these levels. Let's take a quick look at Unity, right? But I wasn't buying heavy positions. I was just buying small over time. When I see things like this is when I normally add up, and this is when Unity has become such a huge position in my portfolio. Right now, I probably could have waited a little bit more, but I am happy to be adding here opposed to here. Obviously, that's could keep dropping down, but regardless, I will still have the same effect of buying here better than buying here. So moving averages to some extent could help as long-term investors. Again, it doesn't prevent me from buying, but it does prevent me from buying too much. So let's see right now, Chris, do you like Coinbase at these prices? So Coinbase is not one I follow too much, Chris. I saw, right, it is a company that's expecting to grow crazy levels. It is a one that is, I thought they were positive in cash flow from operations, and right now, especially with the overall crypto movement that's still happening, I feel like crypto is still very excited. I do believe they might present a strong earnings this quarter. So Coinbase, what is it at now? Is it below its reference price? Its reference price was like 250, I think, right? So it's around there, right? So it's definitely has seen a crazy pullback. If people were excited about Coinbase in the 400s, I don't see what has changed throughout, right? I mean, Bitcoin, all these other cryptos have just been like that. I feel like more investors are still talking about cryptocurrencies right now, and since a lot of their money comes from transaction fees, from fees of trading, then I do think it will be a strong quarter for the company. I think what's going to be more important is guidance, but based on their market, they could rarely give a really strong guidance, or not a strong guidance. They can really give their guidance are really wide. So they give you like a top end guidance and a low end guidance, and I don't think investors might like that. But overall, I do think this quarter will probably be pretty strong for Coinbase. Unfortunately, I don't know what that would do with the stock price. Jesus, any options, any opinions on Baba? Vivian, when do you see tech bottoming? Unfortunately, Vivian, I don't know. I hope it's soon, right? As long-term investors, I could, right? Remember, for me, every investor is different. Every investor has a different financial aspect. Everybody has different goals to their future. So for me, Vivian, right, every money I invest, long-term investment is not, I have plenty of stuff outside that the money in here right now, it's for long-term investment. So right now, I'm just not trying to time the market. I'm continuing with my plan, and just buying over time, right? So I'm hoping it's gonna bottom out soon, Vivian, but this can last for a few months. It's already been like, what, 2 months, right, guys? And guys, if this is your first time here, make sure to hit that thumbs up. It really helps out with the channel. Don't forget to subscribe if you're new. I live stream here every Monday through Friday at 9 o'clock. And just for anybody, long-term investor with a 6-figure portfolio, right? Just investing in long-term companies, innovative companies. I invest in both growth and tech stocks. I know maybe some of you guys might know me, but I am seeing chat is a little bit more on people today. So just wanted to explain who I was. Technical background, I have a master's degree in electrical engineering. So most of the companies I focus on are semiconductor and tech, but that doesn't mean that's the only investors. Those are the only stocks I invest in. And Fat Metal, hey Jose, almost didn't recognize you with your hat. Yeah, I'm trying to go hat free for some time. I feel like I've just been wearing hats nonstop. So this is the more serious Jose, Fat Metal. But regardless, I am. So if you guys want me to take a look at any stocks, feel free to take. Let me know in the comments. Ahmad, sorry, my apologies. Jose, what are your thoughts on Voyager? Voyager, I personally haven't looked at it. I know we've seen streams of it in the past, Ahmad, but I don't really follow too much of the crypto world, right? This is not a market I really am focusing on right now. And it doesn't mean it's bad, right? I don't like to just focus on companies I don't know too much about. So Voyager, I know it's a huge play in the cryptocurrency markets for those companies that are trading, that are the, what do you mean, the brokers of crypto. So I definitely see a lot of bull cases on it, just one I don't follow. Um, Roberto, would you appreciate your thoughts on SE? It's my favorite stock, and now my cost basis is 180. I want to add, but I can see it going lower. So I mean, C is a tier one stock for me. I enjoy C to huge levels, right? It's I think it's my number. It's somewhere between my number 1 to number 4 position. My top 4 or 5 positions are I want to say are very interchangeable. It depends on how the market is doing. So one day C could probably be like my number one position if my other positions are doing bad, and vice versa. But C holds a good portion of my portfolio. And it's one that I personally don't mind adding when it's sitting around 200 or anywhere below. But at the moment, C already holds a good portion of my portfolio, so I don't know how much more I want to add. I kind of talked about it in the episode I did yesterday. And if you guys ever want to, let's go to my channel real quick. So in this episode I did yesterday, do this before buying the dips, I kind of talk about my overall process on buying companies. And one of the things I do take a look at is how much cost basis percentage weight it is of my portfolio. For example, Unity, it's only 7% of my portfolio, but my cost basis is 10% of my original portfolio, if I didn't have any gains. So it tells me that, hey, I'm already pretty heavy on Unity. Even though I am so bullish on it, I might not add on to it just because I have already a good position size on it. So I definitely recommend whoever it was to take a look at this video. Do this before buying growth tech stock dips. And I pretty much explain my overall process on what I do before buying. Tom, right? Yeah, we were just taking a look at Paysafe. Paysafe is down 20% right after earnings. I haven't really looked at these earnings yet, but I might hold. I might do it. Gabriel, hold, sell Tesla. For me, I mean, has there been any major news for Tesla? Has the only thing that's changed the stock price? I haven't really. Tesla falls as China sells dips. All right, so this is, I have to understand how much more of a dip. At the moment, Gabriel, I do own Tesla. I do believe I'm still up on my original price. It was recently, but I think I got around the 500 levels. It is down big right now. Everything is just insane. So I personally, again, right, every investor, Gabriel, has different. I'm long-term investor. The money here, I don't care if I don't see it for the next 5 to 10 years. In all honesty, guys, if I tell you that my portfolio, if my stockbroker got locked out for 2, 3, 4, 5 years, it would suck. But I understand that I invested in strong companies that I really wouldn't be too fearful. Obviously, locking out your account for 5 years is scary, but I honestly could say I would probably have a lot more money if I just didn't open up my account for the next 5 years, and in 5 years from now, just open it up, and my account would probably be doing pretty strong. So at the moment, Gabriel, Tesla, I am a shareholder, have nothing to do. I haven't really seen the recent news, but no intentions of selling at the moment. Christopher, I have. So Palantir earnings, I thought their earnings were super strong. They saw strong revenue growth across the map, from both commercial and the U.S. government, and their overall growth there. They also saw improvements in margins, so now they're positive in cash flow from operations. That's a great thing. They're also positive in free cash flow. I am working on a video on them, Chris, because there were some things that I can see why investors weren't too happy about, especially guidance for next quarter, a small decrease on margins. But again, I'm going to hit most of it on the video that should be out in the next 2 to 3 hours, Chris. But overall, let's say I don't have Palantir. If I did, based on those earnings, would I sell? No, I wouldn't. Swedish gambling, Tom, everything's down, right? 12% today. Ben, is this the beginning of the crash everyone was waiting for? What do you think, Ben? Honestly, Ben, I feel like it's just been a whole nonstop throughout the past 2 months, right? Most stocks are still down big Even if we don't count the drop today, I do think today will be pretty scary. And Gabriel, I thought I said that already. I personally would hold, right? I mean, I don't know your investment style, and I think every investor is different. I personally would hold. I'm holding most all my shares, right? I'm not selling out. If I am selling out, I am probably just selling some of my slow growers and might be buying some of my fast growers. Hey Pilot, how's it going? Nearly, I mean, it sucks, but sometimes red days really bring the people into streams like this. So my main thing is, I don't, obviously the last thing I want to do is put any fear in anyone's heart. But like I said, everybody has a different investment style. For me, no change whatsoever. No change whatsoever. I'm still long-term investment. I haven't changed to a bear at the moment. And I don't think I will, right? So Fat Metal, my portfolio is already down 2% in European market session low. Luckily sold 4 of my low convictions with opening bell today, a few percent higher. Fat Metal, nice. Tom, and that's actually pretty good, right? I do think that's a great move, right? And every so often, I do like to do a review of my portfolio, right? Just take a look, seeing, hey, maybe I don't like this stock as much as I did when I first purchased it. And I do that both in bullish cases when the market is green and during bearish cases when the market is red. So it's not like I'm doing something different. But I think doing that, what you do, Tom, is a great move of just reviewing your portfolio. Some people might do it every quarter, some people might do it every month. Whatever, I think it's smart to just look at your portfolio and what you have, and also just look at it at weighing portfolio. How much does it currently weigh? How much is the current weight in my portfolio, and how much was it when my portfolio was a cost basis? So another thing I like to do, right, is what was it? What's the other thing I like to do? I actually forgot. Tom. Oh, I was gonna say a lot of times when I do portfolio updates or portfolio looks, I like to do it after market hours, right? Because I feel like if you're looking at it during market times, you deal with a lot of emotions, and I want to eliminate emotions out of my investing career. So a lot of the times when I'm trying to make any big decisions in my portfolio, I like to look at it outside market hours. Mr. Bear, are you adding Square if it drops under 200? I have to take a look, Mr. Bear. I have to take a look. Doug, wow, your stream is growing as fast as my portfolio is shrinking. Doug, yes. I think it's just times like today, guys. And while you're here, make sure to hit that thumbs up, guys. It really does help the channel. I truly do appreciate it. It means a lot. But Mr. Bear, I have to take a look. I don't know if you watched my video yesterday. I have to look how much of my position is Square right now on a cost basis. If it's less than 2-3%, then yes, I wouldn't mind adding. Well said. We got yo, you guys are too funny, man. This Duck and Mr. Bear are it's so funny. I feel like I hope we start getting more names with animals, and I have a whole zoo in here. So, and guys, if I missed anything, feel free to just repost. I might have missed something today. I'm grateful to have a lot of people, and hopefully, like, right, if things are looking pretty sketchy, just calm down, right? Remember, long-term investment is where it's at. Amazon, yo, so is anybody, let me see, question, is anybody buying anything today, or what is on your watch list? I want to find out, what are you guys looking at? It's always good to share. The Champ, down 50% on the portfolio. Champ, when did you start investing, if I may ask? Are you a recent investor? I feel like, I mean, to be down that big, either you must have had very heavy growth stocks, or you're just recently starting, like you must have just started in February. In January, yes, okay. I mean, Champ, if you just started investing in January, I would say definitely read the story of, there's this story online of the world's worst investor timer, and it's this guy who only bought at the top, and overall, if he held, I think someone could correct me, but I think if he held throughout the years, even after buying at the worst times, His investment still did great in the long term of things. But again, it all depends on what you invest in at the same time. So I think that's the story. It's the story, the worst stock market investor or something like that. I forget. It's definitely a it's this Bob's problem, right? I'm pretty sure it's a fake guy. I don't think there was really this guy unlucky, but this Bob guy fellow. What if you only invested at the market peak? I definitely recommend taking a read on it, and it could help out some of you guys that might have invested during the peaks, right? Sometimes just reading stuff in the past about how things have worked out in the past can help out a bit. So Vitor, today I might buy Baba, Unity, and Fiverr. Those are some great picks. Baba is the only one I don't. Jesus' opinions on Baba, they're posting earnings on Friday. Have any real big e-commerce? I mean, the closest thing we'll probably try to see how maybe Amazon did. I mean, Baba, overall stock price, I don't know, right? It's been insane, right? We had strong earnings with a lot of companies, and they still continue to go down. So, Jesus, the only thing I would say is Baba is gonna be very, very volatile, just like any other company. So even if they do great earnings, stock price can still drop, right? That can definitely happen, Jesus, right? So it's more to just try to understand if they're still growing at the levels you expect them to grow. And that should really decide how you're feeling about your investments, right? Stock price movements at long term of things should probably be the last thing one looks at before investing, right? First, I do fundamentals, then actual understanding of the market, maybe a little bit of technicals, maybe a little bit of bearish, bullish cases, reads. But the last thing is honestly stock price. So Doug, I'm gonna hold out and see what happens for a while. Doug, I'm in the same. I don't know. I'm just holding out no matter what, right? So Kim too, recent investors. Yeah, so it seems, I just want to say, right, sometimes investing can get very, very scary, right? And I just feel like the worst thing I want to happen is investors that started at the, maybe, I wouldn't say the wrong time, but at the peak of right now, right? Because the peak now doesn't mean it's the peak of the future, right? There's going to be higher highs in the future. But the last thing I want to see is new investors kind of get scared off and never invest again. I think right now is just a great learning experience, especially if you just started. So Pilot, I also started in March, but it's been going in slowly. So I'm down 10% on the portfolio. I was happy with those stocks at the price, so happy to buy more cheaper. Pilot, that's, I want to say, the true mentality of long-term investor, right? And I think you did a small thing of going in slowly. I think everything, when starting off, it's always great to get your foot wet, see how it goes. But remember that things can always go sideways. So start little bit by little, add time over time over time. Eventually your portfolio starts to grow big. I personally am a huge fan of dollar cost averaging. I'm not the type to really just drop down 10, 15, 20K at once. If I do, I would do it over time, like maybe 2K a week, depending on how my position or how I am within the, how I'm feeling. But let's say I had 20K right now. I'm not the type to, even with stock market corrections like now, to drop it all at once. I'm more of just over time, just because I know this could not be this could not be the end, right? There could still be a little bit more red. So I don't mind having just depositing small over time. And Pilot, that's what it seems you did. So Mr. Bear, you want a dollar cost average on Palantir, pay safe, and you want to starting on CCIV. I'm not sure what EDR is. Bear, you might have mentioned that one. NCLH, is that the cruise line? That is the cruise line, right? Norwegian, I think, cruise line holdings. And you want to swing Tesla Penn Square. That if my oh, nice. So see, Mr. Bear, that's pretty cool. So I see you do a little bit of investing, a little bit of new positions, and a little bit of trading. That's pretty. I thought I would stop at 25%, dropped in a 50. Now I wonder if we all will erase all 2020 gains. I hope we don't erase all 2020. Apple with a lower PE than McDonald's. No way, Ed. That is insane. Which will make these companies cheap. The market doesn't care about earnings right now. Chris, yeah, I don't. They don't. They just care They don't really care about anything right now. Macroeconomics point to big tech sell-off. Baba is cheaper now than when everyone thought Jack Ma was executed. That is true, right? I mean, if that if that wasn't scary enough, now it's definitely. Kim Jr. portfolio time. Kim, you really like to see me suffer. Wow. Woo. So we have, what do we have right now? We have everything down. Unity is now at $76. This is insane. What else do we have? Everything is down, pretty much red, right? So again, no changes to overall portfolio. I do have some slow growers, right? For example, I do have some that are doing great, like maybe Berkshire. I actually just recently bought Activision. What I might do today is actually sell out some of them. For example, Activision, I do like it in the long term of things. I'm not saying it's bearish, but with these overall price actions, it's one I don't mind getting rid of, right? And then I have Berkshire that is barely up right now. Sorry, guys. Berkshire, that it's been killing it, right? It's up now. But look, this is what I'm seeing, a bit overextended. So what I am looking at stuff like this, it tells me, hey, I don't mind selling Berkshire right now. It's a slower grower. Maybe it might not be the smart move in the short term of things, but I do think in the long term of things, I'd rather be holding some of these growth stocks for long term of things. So let's say I have a position in Berkshire. What do? I'm not going to sell out the full position. I'm going to sell out maybe another 25%. I sold some, I think, yesterday. If you are on my Discord channel, I am as transparent as I can get. I post every time I buy. I post every time I sell. Right, that Discord channel is free to anybody that wants to join. I don't charge for anything. Pilot, this is the worst day you've ever seen. Pilot, were you not invested during the COVID situation? I feel like those were the worst days I've ever seen. And remember, that was just a year ago. Literally a year, a little bit more than a year ago, but Tom, exactly right. This I was here. I feel like March of last year, it was just red. Oh, not ever this year. Okay, Pilot. I'm pretty sure. Pilot. I think you're a lot. I don't want to be rude. I'm pretty sure you might be older than me. But I'm pretty sure you've seen a lot scarier days, right? You have a lot more experience than this. I could tell, but just the way you are investing, right? You definitely have some experience right now in it. So yeah, after this stream, I am definitely gonna sell out some Berkshire, maybe some Activision, and buy out some of these growth stocks that have taken a hit. Right now, I still don't know what I would focus on though. But that is definitely the plan for the go right now. Pilot, yeah, you went through 2008. Fat Metal, this is nothing compared to flash crashes in crypto, 15% in an hour. David, you were on vacation and not around for the 3 days, and glad I didn't miss anything. David, you didn't. You actually got it. You went. I think you should go back on vacation, David, and just come back a week from now. But yeah, this market is definitely pretty hitting. For me, it's been a rough month, negative, but let's hope it grows on June. Jesus, may I ask why June? Right? Is there a special thing happening on June? David, it probably did. It probably saves money. It probably saves more money right now to go on vacation instead of buying the dips. Because we, Jesus, we need like a whole box. We need the whole stream to eat Lucky Charms today. Sell in May and go away, boys. I mean, it's weird how that always I feel like it's always a thing. But I've never. You asked earlier but missed my message. What did I ask earlier? That metal. So let's take a look at what can we take a look at, guys. I mean, right now, biggest downers are Jumia. This is a tier 3 stock for me, so not huge impact. Magnite is still taking a hit, but I'm guessing. I mean, things are at least pulling back up. It seems from where they were at. I mean, already if you purchased Magnite at the early on, you're already up 10% on it. So that's pretty insane, right? I'm guessing what is Unity, for example? Unity, it didn't see that 10 back correction, but It's at 78. So we have Shopify. I mean, Shopify I think is looking pretty nice, pretty juicy. AMD, Nvidia. Has Nvidia taken much of a hit? Not yet. I feel like Nvidia, it's already a good portion in my portfolio. They report earnings soon. This is probably going to be one of my favorite earnings to take a look at, and it's going to be Nvidia and C. C has also, it almost hit that 200, but right, things, like I said, bulls are stepping up, Mr. Bear. Let's hope. Let's really hope. I mean, it hopefully is not, they do a whole, what's it called when it's a whole bunch of animals? Man, I forget. Whatever. But AMD, I mean, Fastly's down. Google is another one that has just been killing it. But Google, it's a value growth stock for me. I don't think it's one I would sell out right now. Same with Facebook, right? It's still up a nice amount over time. I think Berkshire will probably be the only one. So let's see, overall market right now. Has it been? Nope. It's still down 1.9%. Russell's. So if you guys want me to take a look at any stocks, feel free to post. I just want what? Yeah, what's THRF? I don't know. I don't know, Ming. Maybe you mean WTF? Let's see, Palantir. Hey, Palantir's back up to normal levels. What's the function on trading that shows the cost? Palantir. I mean, it's because you guys saw my stream. Fat Metal, YouTube is not sending. Are you talk? I feel like Fat Metal, sometimes if you talk too much about crypto, I think crypto, Fat Metal, has been like a banned, not a banned word on YouTube streams, because I feel like so many spams have been happening that if you use the word crypto too much, it starts to, I feel, flag you a bit. I think YouTube is anti-crypto word right now. But yeah, that's insane. Palantir. Oh, not talking about crypto. That's weird, because I haven't even seen it. Fat Metal. Yeah, normally it says if YouTube rejects it. If YouTube rejects it, for example, the champ here, he posts a message. I think it was because of this curse word. But it lets me know, hey, we have blocked this message. It hasn't even shown me that it's blocked the message. This is insane. Palantir. Man, I think, this is insane. Video. I don't think, I mean, I like I said, earnings were pretty strong. Super excited about it. How do you show the cost distribution on TradingView chart? Cost distribution. Oh, this one, Ming, this one right here, this is called VPVR on TradingView. It's also, you can actually use it. I think you need to have a paid subscription, Ming, to use this cost basis volume distribution chart. It's called VPVR. But if you use Yahoo Finance charts, it's called volume profile. I think you can use it here for free. If you go to indicators, you can put volume profile. Yeah, volume profile. Save. And then it gives it to you on, so I saved you guys some money if you guys want to use that and don't want to pay for TradingView. So on Yahoo Finance, you can use that as volume profile. And if you use Trading Desk, you can also use it. Ming, no problem. If you guys want to support the channel, make sure to hit the thumbs up. It really does help a lot. So let's see what else. Space is down 11%. Everything seems to have pulled back a little bit better. I saw Jumia was down like 25%. Palantir is now up 1%. Tesla, it seems to be pulling up. ARK also seems to be pulling up. I'm happy, right? See, like Ryan, there's this guy right now who I'm just gonna report for spam. Unwanted commercial content spam. So sometimes it's pretty good. We'll try. How do you show? Okay, so Fat Metal. I bought JD.com. Might buy Teladoc, and actually make close out. For some reason, StockTwits is such a heavy hitter on my computer. So you bought JD.com. Nice. You might buy Teladoc. You might buy Exasol. Take a look at Exasol. German tech company, really promising. Okay, and YouTube blocks links. Yep, that's true. Octa at 225. Can it be an entry? Shishu, I don't want to say love. I enjoy Octa. Octa is one. I actually just did a video on them, Shishu. Octa is definitely one I enjoy. I am what do I call myself? I am a freelancer to some companies, and they most of the ones I work with use Octa. So I think that's a great thing to see that the other companies are using them. Man, you guys, I do these live streams, and I miss out on some of these dips because of you guys. What's going on with AMC? Let's see. Let's take a look at AMC. What's going on? And Fat Metal, let's take a look at that one you just mentioned. XSO. Let's open up Simply Wall Street real quick. Maybe it might be time to take a look at some. AMC, man. Guess the reopening trade is still live. This is up 5.7%. Pretty insane, right? I haven't really taken a look at most of them, but GameStop, right? GME, how's this one? This one is, I'm impressed. This is still holding up at these levels. I am honestly super impressed. But let's take a look at what company it was. Fat Metal, XSO. So XSO is a technology company that develops database for analytics and data warehousing worldwide. So let's see, they might not be too much information. Future, the company is expected to grow 38% on average for the next 3 to 5 years. So it's a heavy growth company. Right now, they are not profitable, and they kind of might have taken a hit with COVID. It seems they're negative in cash flow from operations. So that's a flag right now, but overall strong revenue growth for the next upcoming years. If we take a look at their balance sheet, Fat Metal, right? First thing I'm enjoying, strong cash and short-term investments, and compared to very little debt. So that's great, especially during times right now. This is what you want to see. Ownership, right? The company right now, individual insiders own most of it. The member of the supervisory board owns about 25%. One person owns 1/4 of the business. That is pretty insane. Let's take a quick look at their presentation. XSO, investors relations, Palantir, Mr. Bear. It's insane, right? It was down 10%, and now it is up. It is up 4%. That kind of just a normal down day. Hedge funds trying to manipulate pre-market, and now everything they purchased at the bottom. Risk, man. These guys are taking. And that's what I think, right? Always long-term of things. I think having that mentality of long-term portfolio can really help out. Let's see presentation for this company. So XSO is an analytics database, reports and presentations. So Fat Metal, you enjoy them, you say. Annual report. I hope this is a presentation. Oh man, this one's gonna be a lot of reading. I might do a video on this one. They had super strong growth, right? But I don't think I can take a look too much. Fat Metal. That is definitely a pretty heavy, extensive investors presentation right now. All right, guys. So what's going on, guys? Anything else? The great thing about them, they are the fastest analytics database in the world by good margins. Really amazing from a small company just IPO'd last year. So Fat Metal, let me know a little bit more. Are you in them right now? Let's take a quick look at their stock price. Let's go here. XSO. It's traded obviously under the counter, but it has taken a big hit right now. Like you mentioned, right? It recently just IPO'd last year. And it's kind of sitting, I want to say, a nice support level to some extent, right? It seems like it's bottomed out here a few times. Ooh, man, I'm getting hungry, guys. I really am. I feel like I need to start eating before these streams, but right now it's just I forget. So what? Anything crazy happening right now? How are markets doing? Jumia is now down 10%. Fiverr, that was down, is now up 2%. Upwork is now up 2%. Fastly is also up. Twilio's up 1%. Activision and Roku are green right now. Everything else is still pretty much taking a beating. But Unity is back up to $80, right? So it was a quick, now it's back to 81. I mean, buying opportunities came. I don't say they went, but some really nice buying opportunities on hindsight 2020. I mean, obviously looking at things is still, if one wanted to enter in Unity, I don't think now is bad. C, right, pulled back 220. AMD is one that is, I think this one, even though it's not a tier 1 stock, I do enjoy it. Let's eat some losses. What do you mean, let's eat some losses? That is true, right? I mean, that would probably fill me up. I wouldn't be hungry for days. Might buy more today. They are already in a nice corporation with AWS and are in talks with Google Cloud. Those are strong moves, Fat Metal. When you enter with AWS and Google Cloud, it just really opens up the amount of market you can really hit. So I do think any cloud-based company that enters that is especially a small micro cap company. It, one, opens up new customers, and two, I do believe it starts getting the eyes of other big players that might want to do an acquisition of them, especially when they're super, super small. The company was private for 20 years with conservative owners. Now, after IPO, they are looking to expand and change from selling licenses to nice. Oh, wow. That's pretty good. They're moving into that subscription annual revenue. Is Corsair in your list? No, it's not in my portfolio. This is my portfolio, Shishu. But Corsair is one that's not there. But I mean, it's looking pretty nice, right? It's crazy saying that, right? Stock price is down. Stock price is down over 30%, 40%, and I'm like saying it's looking nice. What I mean is, I did look at their earnings. I haven't really done a video on them, but their earnings were pretty great, right? They had strong revenue growth as well. Even during times right now, I still believe content creation is a new thing, right? More YouTube channels are opening up. So, and Corsair is one that definitely deals with them pretty good. Fat metal, yeah, right. If you are even better, right? If you're a small company and do better than them, I could see that makes you even more target for acquisitions. Jose, could we get a video on Grab? Also, can you look at Squarespace, competitor of Shopify for e-commerce web design? Squarespace, I mean, Squarespace has been pretty popular. I hear about it. I always see commercials on it. I honestly don't follow it though. They recently just went IPO'd, right? I feel like they did. Squarespace. What is their ticker? Squarespace, space. What's Squarespace ticker? Am I spelling it wrong? May 19th. Oh, they're going. Okay, they haven't hit it yet. Okay, that makes sense. Kim, what happens to a stock if a company gets acquired? Kim, it depends on the acquisition move. Sometimes if the company, sometimes you might get pure cash, Kim. So it might take some time for your portfolio to hit. Sometimes it's like 2 to 3 weeks. So for 2 to 3 weeks, you might not see that stock in your portfolio. Eventually, you're gonna see a cash position. Kim, another thing that can happen is you can get shares of the other stock. So whoever's buying them can give you some of their shares based on the valuation. And I think those are the two main ways. Either you get some form of cash or you get some form of stocks from the other company that matches the value. Or you can also get a mixture of both. You could get some cash and some stocks of the new company. But sometimes, Kim, it takes some time for the transaction to happen. So like I mentioned, I've seen it a bit, and I've seen it personally where you go like 2-3 weeks of that stock not being in your portfolio, but you still haven't gotten the cash. So sometimes I feel like a lot of people get scared about it. My most recent was a card grading company, Collectors Universe. That's what happened. So for 2 weeks, I didn't have it in my portfolio, and I didn't have the cash either. Eventually, it came into my portfolio. But yeah. Oh man, sorry guys. I just lost some lights. Give me a quick second. All right, it should be back to normal. All right, so guys, now that things are not as red as they were before, you guys still thinking about buying anything? Isn't Coinbase reporting today? No, Tom, I think they report tomorrow on Thursday. From last I saw on this one, it seems Coinbase is reporting Thursday after hours. What is reporting today after hours is going to be Unity, Electronic Arts, Open Door, Upstart, Lemonade, BigCommerce, Foodbo. Those are the super popular ones. If you only had to choose one stock to hold in your portfolio, what will it be? If I only do, I have a time lapse, Ming? I would say it's probably going to be Nvidia, Ming. If that's the only stock I could hold, and if it couldn't be an ETF, it would be, and it had to be an individual company, it would have to be Nvidia. If it was an ETF, I would probably go with a growth with something like ARK. It might not have to be ARK. There's a lot of different ETFs out there that also focus in some form of innovations. It's not. I feel if it was an ETF, I would focus on like a growth style ETF that focuses on innovation in technology. So something similar to ARK, maybe even ARK itself. But if it was an individual company, like Shishu said, definitely Nvidia. It's not as bad, but I'll still wait, Duck. Okay, you're still waiting out. Shishu, what about gaming ETF Hero? So ETF, yeah. So even though I do like the whole gaming market, I feel like the overall tech innovation is bigger than the gaming market. The gaming ETF Hero I do enjoy. Also Nerds. Nerds is another one, Shishu, that another ETF. But I just don't want to invest. If I only had one stock, I would rather have a little bit broader tech market than an individual. But a gaming ETF for sure. Hero is good. I like Nerds too. I think it's Nerds, NERDS. Riz, I mean, it's insane. I really think it's insane how Palantir just shifted around. That was insane. Like, what happened? It was down 10% and now it's up 6.4%. That was a crazy. I mean, if you purchase at the bottom, you're already up 15%. So congratulations. Now my video's not going to do as well. Videos tend to do a little bit better when there is some red on them. Palantir. I'm still going to do a video, obviously, talk about their earnings. AMD is trading as strong supports. AMD is one I enjoy, Ming. But Nvidia, I feel, has so much strength in a lot of different aspects in different markets. So if they fail in one, I think they can do strong in other ones as well. That's why I enjoy Nvidia a lot. All right, guys. So let's take a look. Anything else happening right now? I think it really doesn't cost a hedge fund that much money to manipulate pre-market. Kramer says they usually do it. That's pretty insane, right? If that's true. Obviously, Kramer might have a lot more knowledge. He's been in this game for ages. I mean, I think it's not. I wonder how they do that, right, Fizz? Do they just find something with very, very low volume and just like, I don't know, sell it off nonstop, and then just trigger from there? Because right, Jose, do you want me to send you a few links about EXO on Twitter or Discord if you want to make a video? Fat Metal, either or. I think Discord, I tend to read a little bit more. Fat Metal, I don't. Twitter, I just go on from time to time. And I saw you just recently tagged me a day ago on, I forgot what company it was, on your write-up. So thanks for sharing that. Kim, oh man, guys. So is anybody here excited about any earnings today? Is anybody in Fubo, Unity? I feel like Fubo, Unity, Lemonade, Upstart, and Open Door are super popular right now. EA Games, I don't think many people are in the gaming industry, but I want to know, is anybody here in Fubo, Unity, or Lemonade? Sundial, I feel like a lot of people, it was pretty popular, but I don't know if many investors are in it. Rizfizz, Unity. Yeah, are you not, Fizz? Are you not in Lemonade? I thought you were on Lemonade too, Fizz. I think Unity is definitely the one for today. Oh, Fizz, your mom has EA. Yeah, I mean, EA has been just a cash flow. Like, I enjoy EA just like Activision. But good growth. Right now, I just want heavy growth. Niku, you were in Lemonade, but so did Niku. Did you sell out? Is there something you didn't like Niku, or you just wanted to get into other positions? Nah, never had. Oh, my bad. Maybe it was Ed, I think then. Doug, you got Curie. Curie is today. I don't know if you have Curie, but Curie is today. Ah, that's weird that it didn't mention. So super, a lot of growth stocks today. Ben, you got Fubo. Got some Fubo waiting to get in on Lemonade for Sandeep. Nice. I mean, Lemonade, I don't have it, but I do enjoy it. That's when I do enjoy seeing the growth, right? Seeing the markets that they are expanding. I feel like Lemonade has been a true growth stock story where they're just hitting new markets. They're expanding. They're seeing that growth. They're seeing the decrease in some of their expenses, and that's what I really enjoy seeing. Just added some more Tesla. Nico, you added some Tesla. Nice. It's still below 600 right now. Tesla sitting. Oh wow, this is insane. It was sitting at 583 or something, and now it's up to 618. Kevin, watch this space. Are you super excited on them, Kevin, on Lemonade? It's one, like I said, I do follow, not one I'm in at the moment. I think, again, that doesn't mean I'm not going to be in it. Fizz, I know Big Buck is in Palantir, I believe. I am streaming, and tonight, guys, I am streaming at 9 o'clock at night. For those that can't make it, obviously, if you guys are here, it means you could make it. But usually Tuesdays and Thursdays, I am going to be streaming at night. Just to see how the overall market has reacted, and feel free to just come by and take a look. Viz, I Palantir, man, Palantir is 19 up 4.7%. Maybe might have been good. I'm starting to see more green, and more of my reds are starting to get closer to less than 1% downs. So that's crazy. I'm happy to see that, right? I think it would have been super scary if, and it still can happen, it can happen tomorrow, but it would be super scary to just continue to see a downtick and downtick and downtick with no stop. But I'm happy to see buyers are still a little bit out there. Roku is up. Mouse machine. All right, guys, so I am done with the stream, guys. I hope you guys enjoy it, right? I like to take these times to just talk with the community, take a look at stocks you guys want to take a look at, and just, I mean, I feel like streams like this would have helped me out when I first started. I feel like if I would have started times like this, I would have been panicking so much. Right now, like, there's no emotions while I invest, and this is something I want to like portray out there to the community. I think it's one of the biggest assets that we can control as individual investors, guys. So take care, have a good time, and if you guys want to take pass by tonight, I will be on at 9 o'clock. So take care, guys, and have a good day.